What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Locked In Baseball podcast. I'm William Locke, and joining me, as he does for every podcast, is Luis Barranco on this Labor Day Friday. A long weekend is on the horizon. I'm already amidst a long weekend. Luis, how's it going on this fine Friday?
Wow, you look glowing right now. I'm doing great, but you're glowing. It seems like you've had a good week. It seems like nature is healing. Pause.
I took Thursday off. They gave us Friday off, so I got a nice 5-day weekend. Enjoying it. Only had to use one PTO day. So Yankees are in town, 4 games set. College football is back this weekend. I mean, we had ball on last night. I was at Right Field last night, picked up an Ice Cube bobblehead. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Yeah.
Hey, Yankees on a 5-game winning streak. Like I'm telling you, you look glowing. Like I said, you look glowing. If you guys are looking at the video version, William is like glowing. You know, he got that tan, not the William tan, but he got the little, the little glow going on this morning at 8:00 this morning in the morning.
I guess a 5-game winning streak against bad teams will do that to you. After what last weekend was, feeling good. And you know, whenever your team is in town, it's always fun to go watch them. I think it was funny. Speaking of scheduling and things, I thought it was funny that Major League Baseball released their schedule, I think, on Tuesday, and about an hour later, Taylor Swift announced her engagement to Travis Kelce. So that was probably the worst timed schedule announcement we've had in Major League history. Obviously, they couldn't help it, but I thought that was kind of funny. And I noticed that the Yankees are coming to Chicago for a full week next year. They got a 4-game set against the White Sox at Right Field, and then a 3-game set at Wrigley over the weekend. So I'm thinking my bank account's going to be hurting. And I think it's end of July, early August next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the big news of the week. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting engaged. We can't go off of that. I know comment section's gonna go crazy, be like, you guys are talking about engagements, and I mean, well, we're at that age, you know, it happens. I mean, marriage is a thing that happens these days. I mean, congratulations to the Kelce's, Taylor Swift. Hopefully they'll last longer than 73 days, which is Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries' wedding.
I think it will. I feel like they genuinely like each other. Not that people care that we're talking. People don't care. That our listener base, they don't care about the Taylor Swift Kelce engagement. But it was big news, and you know, we offered them a hit on this podcast if they wanted to come on. They did turn us down. I'm just kidding. That never happened. But yeah, that was definitely the biggest news in pop culture this week, if you're into that stuff.
Did you listen to the podcast with New Heights?
No, come on.
I actually did listen to it. It was actually pretty cool. They sound pretty down to earth.
The one with Taylor and Travis. Yeah, I did, because Kayla had it on, so I did listen to it a little bit. They did.
Typical Midwestern family. It sounds like Travis sounds like another dude from Ohio. You know,
he's from Ohio, right?
He's from Cleveland.
Yeah, he's from Cleveland. Okay.
He went to Cleveland. Yeah, he went to Cincy. They were at the game last night because of Nebraska. You probably could do the whole overview because William has this knack. You know, William cannot be watching baseball, but he has this knack for just watching just these like mid-ass freaking like college football games. It would be like Saturday afternoon at 3:30, and William will have tuned into like an Arizona Baylor game or a Baylor Kansas game. It's like, bro, did you see the quarterback from Baylor? And I'm like, no, but he threw for 400 yards and it won at the last second. Like, he just loves like 2 random P4 schools just going crazy like that. Like, it's just a thing that he enjoys.
That was a weird game last night. Nebraska, Cincy, low scoring. Nebraska got the win, but yeah, they were there. At Arrowhead, we had Raiola doing his whole Mahomes impersonation as per usual, even though he says he doesn't do it on purpose. But yeah, I guess before we get into the meat of the podcast, the meat and bones, the Yankee recap, the baseball recap, as a reminder, as always, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We're at 132 subscribers, trying to get up to 150 before the end of the baseball season. Thank you guys for all the support during this season. Hit subscribe, hit like, helps comment. You know, let us know if our intros are annoying and you don't want to hear us talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Helps the visibility, helps us grow. Follow us on TikTok at Locked In Baseball Pod. Instagram, same at. Twitter, same at. Posting content there. And we got a fun one today. I mean, like I said, the Yankees are playing good baseball. I know it's against bad teams, but I'd rather them be playing good baseball against bad teams than bad baseball against the bad teams. So the energy is high. Vibes are high this morning. And I think we should dive into our Yankee recap.
As we always do, we always talk the week that was with the New York Yankees, with our Yankee fan aficionado, William Locke, who's been a fan since birth. This week, the Yankees played the Washington Nationals. The Washington Nationals, one of the worst teams in the majors. One of the teams that fired their GM earlier in the season. Went up to the Bronx this week to 161, and it wasn't close. Yankees won on Monday night 10-5. Cam Schlittler went 6 strong, 0 earned, 8 strikeouts. Brad Lord gave up 6. Jazz's bat is on fire with another homer on back-to-back nights, 3 homers in back-to-back nights. Dominguez, Rice. And now the Yankees stand 37-26 against clubs with winning records and 34-34 against teams better than 500 after Monday's game.
Sorry, the 37-26 after that game I wrote that wrong, against teams with losing records, and then 500 against teams that are 500 or better. So it kind of falls into the narrative of they beat up on the bad teams and struggle against the good teams.
I mean, it was a 10-1 game until Yari De Los Santos loaded up the bases and Mark Leiter Jr. gave up a grand slam in the 9th. Tuesday, Luis Gil went up, and the Yankees won 5-1. It was Gil-Gore night. Gil gave up 1 earned and 5 strong, 5 strikeouts, and Gore went 5 strong, 3 earned, 3 strikeouts. Giancarlo, we're going to have some discussions about Mr. Stanton. 2 for 3 with a homer, 5 RBI night, and a double. Again, Volpe returned to the lineup, which is very interesting, as we will talk about later. But then, Wednesday, the Yankees win 11-2. Max Farid, 7 innings strong, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts. Cade Cavalli could not get out of 2 innings and a third, with 7 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Aaron Judge, Ryan McMahon, Cody Bellinger, Trent Grisham, Austin Wells, and Ben Rice all homered. And it's the second time in Yankees history where they've had 3 outfielders with 25 or more homers in a season. The last time this happened, 1941. I mean, William, let's talk about it. I mean, they did what they had to do. They ended up beating up on the bad teams, that is the Washington Nationals. It's good that they took care of business this week. The only unfortunate thing was Monday, in my opinion, where they couldn't get out of it with only 1 run. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just, did these games mean anything? Probably not. What is there that we can take away from these games? The offense is really good against bad pitching. Mackenzie Gore was good in the first half, but he's kind of fallen off. He's really struggled. His ERA is up to 4.15, so he's not a great arm in the second half of the season. I mean, maybe perhaps the biggest takeaway is that Cam Schlittler looks like he could be something here. Like he could be our game 2 starter if we want to break up the lefties. He very well could be like a key piece of this rotation moving forward. 6 innings, no earned runs, 8 Ks. He did struggle with command a little bit with the 3 walks, but he's the first Yankee since Masahiro Tanaka in 2014 to hold opponents to 3 runs or fewer across his first 8 major league starts. That's from Brian Hoke, Yankee beat writer for MLB.com. So that was a really promising start. He's going on Saturday in Chicago again, so I'll miss that one. It's the one game I'm not going to, but this is a Yankee Dev win. He hit 100.6 miles per hour in this game, and he averaged 97.8 with the fastball. He was throwing 91 to 92 as a 7th-round pick out of Northeastern just 3 years ago. So I don't know what kind of voodoo magic, Brewers, Rays type magic the Yankee dev system worked on this guy. Maybe it was just a lot of personal growth for him, but huge win for the Yanks to have a young arm, controllable arm. Like I always say, that's the most valuable thing you can have in sports. Think of a Paul Skeens, think of a Bubba Chandler, all these young arms crochet before he got extended. Like, that is extremely valuable, and hopefully, he can be and stay healthy. He can be a legit piece in this rotation. The I don't know how much stock I put into the Yankees just hitting nukes in the series because it's against bad pitching. Same thing, game 1 against the White Sox last night, but it's nice to see. It's fun to watch the games, but I don't know if it means anything.
I mean, it's good to see the Yankees offense get back on track. My biggest thing with Schlittler is it's just consistency. Watching him here in Miami, he gives up a lot of hard contact. It's just being consistent and getting his stuff to hone in. Other than that, I mean, could he be a game 2 starter? Yes, but do you want to put him as a game 2 starter? That's another question. Is he ready for it? Who knows? And it comes down to the fact is who do they get matched up with in the playoffs if they make the playoffs, and who do they want to throw out there? My opinion, if you're playing a team like Detroit that eats up lefties, you're going to want to use them. If not, if I'm playing another team like a wild card, maybe a Boston, I probably would throw them out there. It just depends on matchups, depends on who they are matched up against and where's the game. Remember, he's also really young too. He's a rookie. You don't want to throw him out there in big pressure moments because you don't want to like shatter his confidence. That's the other thing. You don't want to throw him in, be like, oh, you're going to pitch game 1 at Fenway, or you're going to pitch a game 5 in New York. So that's the big thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think I'd want him starting at game 2 on the road, which does play into the importance of these games down the stretch. I mean, we had Jazz come out last night after the White Sox game and say that they still want to win the division. They still want to, win the World Series, obviously. And he said that they're going to. Okay, I don't know if I feel great about putting that out into the ether. We'll see. Surely that quote will age well. Hopefully. But game 2, like on the road, is a lot different than game 2 at home. I'll never forget when the Yankees started Davy Garcia in, I think it was 2020 in the playoffs, and he just was not ready. That was against the Rays. Obviously, I think Schlittler's shown more talent or more skill than Garcia ever did. But yeah, a game 2 on the road, I don't know. I'd be very curious to see what they do with him moving forward. And, he needs to have, I think the next thing for him is to have a start against like a big, tough team. He started against, he had a start against the Mariners. His first start was against the Mariners. Obviously, that's a playoff team. He looked good in that one. Had 7 strikeouts across 5 1/3. His second start was at Toronto. Gave up 7 hits there, 2 earned runs, but 3 strikeouts, induced 8 ground balls. But since then, he had that start against Houston, another playoff team, but like the Rays, Miami. His last 3 starts were Minnesota, Tampa Bay, and Washington, where he's looked his best. The last 2 starts, both went 6 innings plus, no earned. I want to see him get a start, and he will in this tough stretch of Houston, Toronto, Boston, and there's one other good team, Detroit, we play in there. He'll get a start or 2 in there. So that's really where I'm excited to see him grow. And, hopefully one of those starts comes on the road. We got that series in Fenway. Would love to see him just get a start there and see what it looks like. I'm not sure how the dates match up and everything, but he's been a major positive this season. And can you imagine, like, Will Warren hasn't been there. Can you imagine this rotation without him? I mean, who would probably call up Kenta Maeda from the minors?
My thing is it going to be Luis Severino in 2017 against the Twins? That's the thing. It's what side are you gonna get? You imagine Rodon gets game 1, Frieder Rodon gets game 1, whoever has the rest. Or I think going off of history, Rodon's gonna get game 1.
Really?
Rodon's gonna be a lock for game 1.
You think? Why?
With Max Fried's history in the playoffs and history historically, Rodon's going to get game 1. Max Fried historically in the playoffs has not been great. And I think they are going to protect that, and the front office will know that, and you're going to have Rodon going game 1. It's going to happen. Max Fried's been a part of these great Braves teams, and he's never been the guy in the playoffs. Think about when Max Fried in the playoffs. He just isn't great. Let's pull up the stats.
I got it right here.
Yeah.
You want me to read them to you?
Go ahead.
You're right. I mean, career playoffs, 20 games, 12 starts, 5.10 ERA. But when he started, 2018, 2019, he came in as a reliever. 2020, 4 starts to a 3.04 ERA, which is solid. The year they won the World Series, 2021, 5 starts, 4.23 ERA. So not that good. 2020, he had 1 start. He went 3 1/3, 4 earned runs, 6 runs total, 8 hits. Not good. 2023, he had 1 start, 4 innings, 3 earned, 6 hits. And then 2024, last year, he had the 1 start, 2 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. So you're right. I mean, he's a pitch to contact guy. Usually when you get to the playoffs, you're playing better teams, obviously, better lineups. Those guys are going to be able to put the ball in play. And it seems like that's what happens against Max Fried in the playoffs. Now let's look at Yordan to see how he compares to.
I mean,
Fried in the playoffs.
I'm reading Max Fried into 04. He was hit by a line drive in the NL wild card series, and then in 01, he had an ankle scare on a close play. 03 to 2023, excuse me, he had a hamstring strain and a forearm strain, but then he had a blister in the postseason.
Great. So blister's a history with him because he already had one this year.
I'm just saying, I don't think Fried's going to get game 1 at all. I don't think so.
Yeah, and then Yordan, 4 starts last year in the playoffs, 5.60 ERA. That's 11 earned runs across 17.2 innings pitched. And then other than that, he went 2 2/3 for Chicago in 21 and had one. I guess he appeared in a game in 2020. 1 game, no innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 earned runs. So it's not like he has the best playoff history either. But Cam Schlittler has no playoff history, so obviously he's not going game 1. Luis Heel, I don't know, man. He's got to get the control under wraps, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Do we want to open up the Caballero Volpe debate? Or
we have to.
Caballero, higher WAR, he steals bases. I mean, he's just a standout player. Like, when are we gonna be like honest with ourselves and put Volpe down for a second? Caballero swings the bat. He gives good quality at bats. He puts pressure on the base paths. Like the other night, he was literally like halfway to second, and the pitcher hadn't even thrown the ball. Like, Volpe doesn't do these things. I mean, yes, your defense might not be Volpe defense, but I mean, what's Volpe defense has been this year? It's been bad.
Had another error last night in the game in Chicago, his 18th of the season, which is second behind Ellie De La Cruz in the majors. When you do the player compare, like, did you notice on Monday night there was a bunch of hit pieces out on the internet on Volpe? There was like 3-4 different publications that came out with like, why are the Yankees defending Anthony Volpe so much articles?
Because he's hurt.
Maybe.
That's the exit. I'm telling you, next day the Yankees get eliminated. In the closing press conference, Anthony Volpe has been dealing with a shoulder injury on his non-throwing shoulder or his throwing shoulder, and will be shut down for the rest of the year for 3 months, which is just great.
Yeah, I can see it happening. I mean, when you compare the two and you do like a blind resume type thing, Caballero has the higher WAR. Volpe has like games, plate appearances, hits, but that's just because he's played more. But Caballero leads, I think it's the American League. I don't know if it's all of baseball, but he has 41 stolen bases. And he has a better batting average, a better OBP. Slug is down. OPS is down OPS is basically the same. And Caballero has a better OPS plus. And my thing with the Yankees is it's just truly mind-boggling that they defend this guy so much, so staunchly. Like, why? I need to know why. Because they always talk about him getting back to, he's going to get there. He's going to, once things click, he's going to go. And it's like, go where? I mean, look at his career numbers. He's a career 222 hitter with a 663 OPS with an 83 OPS plus. like he's not to knock the guy, but he's never been a good hitter. And
Yeah.
I think part of it is they built this guy up as the next Jeter. He's got the picture with Jeter. He grew up a Yankee fan. He's from Jersey. He's Italian. Perfect, like all the perfect circumstances for being the next Yankee shortstop. But he's just not good. And at this point, I feel like they're doing him a disservice by defending him so strongly, because it just makes the spotlight even brighter. And now, I mean, last night I saw it in Chicago, like the air he made and some of the at bats, some of the swings. He did have 2 hits and a sac fly last night. He had a decent game. But I just feel like he's so far in his own head at this point, and like it's affecting his play on the field. And it would be so beneficial for the Yankees to just send him down. You have a guy that can fill in for a week or two if you want to send the guy down in Caballero, and just let him like mental reset, get away from New York, go to Somerset, go to Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, whatever, and just zen, relax, play. He hasn't probably felt like he's played relaxed baseball his whole time in New York, because it's such a stressful position, shortstop for the Yankees. Like he just needs a reset, and the Yankees have acted like it's never been an option for sending this guy down to the minor leagues, and he's never been a good hitter. And look at what the Red Sox did with Christian Campbell. They gave him a big extension, and he struggled heavily, and they sent him down. He's been in the minor leagues for basically the whole season. It's just something the Yankees never do. They don't send their position players down, especially those guys that were Yankee prospects. Like Austin Wells could very well be another guy that could use some time in the minor leagues. Obviously, he's probably our best defensive catcher, and that's not saying much, but probably part of the reason you want to keep him around. But he could do some time hitting AAA pitching. Same for Volpe, maybe even Dominguez at times throughout this year. It's like, wow, he's really been struggling. But they just don't send these players down. I don't know. The way they defend Volpe is just mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It is kind of beating a dead horse, but it's just so like, what do they do if he continues this way? There's no way he can be your starting shortstop next year. No way.
Well, it's just we're just gonna have to see the Corey Seager and everybody like, oh, he could have been a Yankee. I'm like, I don't care. I'm tired of seeing that. You hit the nail on the head with this. I mean, you drop Volpe down to AAA or AA. I think the problem is that you're going to create more of a media storm than it needs to be. So that's the biggest issue with Volpe. That if you drop him down, it's going to make it a bigger deal than it actually is.
I feel like I feel like they don't want to hurt his feelings, but I feel like they're doing more harm to him now by defending him the way they are. Because now the spotlight's even brighter. They just said, okay, go down to AAA for a week or two. I feel like no one would be like, what the heck? Why are they sending him down? He deserves to be in the major leagues. Like, no one. And it feels like it's come to this now where the Yankees are so entrenched in their position that if they essentially cut bait with Volpe or send him down, or he's not the starting shortstop next year, like to them, that's letting the media and the fans win, because it's so entrenched. Yankee fans and media realize that Volpe is not the guy. The Yankees still, for whatever reason, think he's the guy. And it's this, they're butting heads. And it's this ugly story that just been a storyline all season long. And the Yankees are going to ultimately have to be the ones that cave, because the production on the field is just not there. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
As we close the topic and move on to the weekend review, I have an interesting stat. You know, the New York Yankees are 13-6 against the Central and 18-20 against the West, but are 17-22 against the AL East. You want to know who is number one with the best AL East record between all the teams?
Boston.
27-16.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto is 19-17. Toronto is mediocre 500 level baseball against the AL East and the AL Central. Now, when it comes to West teams, they're 17, and excuse me, this is in all leagues as well. Mm-hmm. They're 17-11. But Boston is 27-16. If Boston can somehow be better in the West, or the Yankees could be somehow better against East teams, like they'd be the juggernauts.
And I think the fact that the Yankees are still only 4.5 back in the division right now is crazy to me.
Yeah,
four back right now.
And we'll talk about it. I mean, Toronto hasn't been playing good baseball right now as of late.
Yeah. Last thing on the Yankees, just keep racking up these wins against bad teams, storing them in the chest. I want to see a sweep against the White Sox, because then it's Houston, Toronto, Detroit, Boston. That stretch, which is going to be really tough and define the season. Will Warren, not the guy. He's probably going to get moved into the bullpen come playoff time. Everyone has been out on the Yankees this year. And look, do I think they're going to win the World Series? Not right now. No, I don't. But do I still enjoy turning the games on every day? For whatever reason, yeah. I love the team. I love watching the Yankees play. Makes my life better. In the cold, dark days of January, February, early March, I guess you have spring training, but those games don't really count. Like, I miss watching Yankee baseball. So enjoy it. They're still a good team. They're 14 over 500. Like, if they do well against Houston, Toronto, Detroit, Boston, yeah, and baseball's a weird sport, man. Like, anything can happen in the playoffs. They just, again, let's see better fundamental baseball. They got the talent. It's not a question about talent. It's a question about doing the little things right and playing good against good teams. I'm not out on them. I have I ever given up on this team all season?
I'm not out on them. I'm not out on them. It's just like that's how you sound right now. I'm not out on them.
Well, I just feel like so much of the fan base is like, the sky is falling. The Yankees are 14 games over 500. Like, can we stop acting like they're a 60-win ball club? The way the fan base has been reacting, you think they were a 60-win ball club like Pittsburgh or Colorado or something. Like, come on. Like, they're 14 over. They haven't played their best baseball against good teams, but and we'll see how that translates to the playoffs. They have a stretch here where they have an opportunity to play against good teams. If they do well, then maybe it is going to be telling for the playoffs. But like, just because they had a tough series against Boston and they have not played well against good teams for this in the second half, like, and most of the season, doesn't mean they're a bad team. Let's see, because the talent is there, dude. I mean, look at the lineup. The rotation's solid. They solidified the bullpen in the trade deadline. Like, I'm not done on that. I'm not done.
Everything is in front of them. Everything is in front of them.
All right, Booney.
Okay, all right. So let's do our MLB weekend review. I mean, let's go out and let's go talk about the Cubs and the Giants. I mean, how are you guys doing? I gotta ask, how's Kayla doing? I mean, Giants take a 3-game sweep. Giants win 5-2. Verlander got his first win at Oracle Park this season. 6 innings strong, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts. Career strikeout 3,516, passing Walter Johnson into 9th all time. Gaylord Perry is next. Again, 12-3 on Wednesday. Devers went 4 for 4, 2 homers, 5 RBIs, 1 walk. Matty Chapman with homer 200, and then Heliot Ramos with another homer. Nico Horner had a homer as well. Colin Ray gave up 6 and 4 2/3, and then yesterday they won. Giants won 4-3, 7 innings strong, 3 earned, 7 strikeouts. Out dueling Shota Imanaga, who also went 7 innings strong, 3 earned, and 5 strikeouts. I mean, Willie Adames 2-homer game. Dansby Swanson hit a homer, and Michael Busch also hit a homer. Jung Hooley walked it off from Danny Palencia. Talk about it. What's going on?
Yeah, it's a frustrating series. I mean, they got swept by the Giants. I thought going out to the West Coast, getting that sweep against Los Angeles would have been good for the Tigers, or for the Cubs, excuse me. I guess not. The Tigers were another team that's on the West Coast right now. Shota, good start. Colin Ray, tough. Obviously, you didn't have Cade Horton going this one, who's been arguably their best pitcher. Willie Adames had a big game yesterday with the 2 homers. He's got 8 home runs in August, which is kind of crazy. Matt Chapman, 200 home runs on the career is pretty good. Good defender. But I don't know, man. I mean, you had opportunity to pick up ground on Milwaukee because they lost on Wednesday and Thursday. And no, they didn't take advantage. Verlander finally got that win in Oracle Park, like you mentioned. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this Cubs team. They keep pushing me in different directions every single week, every single series. I feel like it's like, oh, they're back, and now it's like, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. They're a wild card team.
They are a wild card team. They're the definition of a wild card team, and I think they've regressed back to the mean, which and what we expected them to be since PCA and Kyle Tucker have been struggling as of late. Um, let's move on. Colorado and Houston. Houston took 2 out of 3. Rockies spoiled Yordan Alvarez's return as they won 6-1. Hunter Brown gave up 6 runs, but only 2 of them were earned. He had allowed a homer for the first time since July 13th. He gave up homers to Hunter Goodman and Mickey Moniak, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs and a double. Houston won Wednesday 4-0. Framber Valdez went 7 strong, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Talk about a guy who's making himself some money when he hits free agency this offseason. And then Chase Dollander had a great start, going 6 strong, giving up 1 earned and 7 strikeouts. Yordan homered for the first time in his return. And then you had the Astros win on Thursday 4-3. Tuve homered. Christian Walker had a 2-homer game. And then Ezekiel Tovar homered for the Rockies. Again, Christian Walker homer in the 8th broke the tie to make it 4-3. Brian Abreu with the save. I mean, Houston had to get a sweep, but they salvaged it yesterday.
Yeah, biggest story from this one obviously was Yordan coming back, hitting the homer. He's slotting right back into that lineup. Much needed return from him. They still got some injuries. You know, Isaac Paredes out for the season, but we know they got Correa to slide in at third base there for him. Taylor Trammell is on the injured list now. Jake Myers has been on the injured list since early July. They have those injuries. You lost Hader. It seems like it's probably going to be for the season. So they're not healthy. They're not a healthy team, but still terrifying. The Yankees go to Houston early next week, Tuesday through Thursday series, and it's going to be Framber, Jason Alexander, and Christian Javier going up against Fried, Warren, and Rodon. So the Astros have a wraparound series this week. They have a 4-game set against the Angels starting Friday and ending Monday. Kind of an interesting little scheduling tidbit there. But yeah, this is a team that, again, I don't want to see in the playoffs. They got the pitching staff with Brown and Framber, and they have Jason Alexander behind him, who was kind of just a bargain bin pickup. Obviously, you got Christian Javier. Let's see if he can figure things out. He hasn't been good since he's returned and not really pitching that many innings. But, I mean, is this a team you want to play in the playoffs, Luis, for the Yankees, or any team?
I mean, if I'm the New York Yankees, the teams that I want to see in the playoffs are Toronto and Detroit, looking at how it is. Houston, I don't want to see just because of the voodoo magic that they have down there and the history with that rivalry. I mean, Houston pretty much has the same team back except for no Alex Bregman and no George Springer. They have Tucker. They have the pitching staff. Out of all the teams remaining that could be in the playoffs, it's them and Seattle with the best pitching staffs. They have 2 guys that can pretty much, you can give them the ball and lights out for 7 innings. Their bullpen's also very strong and deep. I mean, if Houston wasn't injured, you could make the argument Houston could be the best team in the American League. My thing is, will they be healthy? Can they get consistency from Hunter Brown and Framber Valdez? That's the biggest issues. If they can get consistent and they can get healthy, they're probably the best team remaining in the AL. I mean, Detroit, we already know about what Detroit is, and Toronto. Toronto, my issue with Toronto is, can they do it in the playoffs? And Detroit is, I mean, they're a central block team. You only have Skubal and Flaherty, who very weirdly only pitches well against good teams. So,
which is not a bad trait to have for the playoffs.
Not a bad trait to have in the playoffs, but when you think about also the Yankees, it seems like the Yankees do not like playing in hot, any cold environments. You want to be playing in warmer climates. So I don't know if an October Detroit day would be in the best interest of the Yankees. I think Aaron Judge's bat will freeze along with his flexor strain.
That's not a bad point. I was watching BP yesterday, and we had Judge throwing the bases. I was watching him. He was, 50% at max. He was not trying very hard.
Yeah,
just noting.
But yeah, that's just me with Houston. I mean, they've done it before, so it'll be interesting to see how it ends up.
Yeah,
let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let's go talk about Detroit right now. Detroit and the A's played. Bailey's A's, man, getting a sweep. A's won Monday on the Tariq Skubal night, 8-3. Skubal gave up 1 earned, went 6 strong, 6 2/3, 6 runs, 1 earned, 12 strikeouts. Shea Langeliers hit a grand slam in the 7th. I'm telling you, Shea Langeliers is making the argument. I'm going to say every single podcast that he should be the Team USA catcher. It's the first grand slam allowed in Skubal's career. Nick Kurtz went yard. Great win for the A's. Tuesday, A's won 7-6. Riley Green hit a grand slam in the 3rd, making it 4-3. But the fighting A's came back. Tyler Soderstrom RBI single to tight end in the 10th, and then they walked it off with Hernandez to win it in the 10th. And then Wednesday, A's won 7-0. They got after Casey Mize. Casey Mize went 3 1/3, giving up 5 earned. 2 hit games for Kurtz, Harris, and Geloff. Every A's starter had a hit except J.J. Bleday. 7th straight game with an error for the Tigers. Tigers are struggling. Luckily they have a huge lead in the Central. But man, oh man, I'm telling you, the A's are a good ball club. Thankfully, if you play the A's in the first half, thankful, because they will put up runs.
Yeah.
They're currently 9-4 in extra inning games, and currently they're only 9.5 back from the wild card. So,
yeah, clap it up for the A's, playing damn good ball. We've been on them, right? We've been on them on this podcast.
I've been on them since the preseason. They've won 7 out of their last 10, and I'm telling you, the A's are not a team you want to play right now.
Yeah, I was looking at some numbers since June 30th, when he returned from the injured list. Shea Langeliers is 6th in all of baseball in F4. And when you break it down by catcher and you compare him to Mr. Cal Raleigh, don't get me wrong, Cal Raleigh is having an MVP caliber season. I'm not taking anything away from Cal Raleigh, so don't come at me, Mariners fans. He's got a better F4 than Cal Raleigh. He's got a better batting average, OVP, slug, more homers, OPS 1,007. It's better than Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh's got a 786 OPS since June 30th. And you can say this is cherry picking dates, but this is since Langeliers returned. Langeliers is a force in that lineup for the A's, and no one's talking about him. Now, don't get me wrong, Cal Raleigh is having the best season from a catcher ever, so I understand why they're giving him all the love. He deserves it. But Shea Langeliers deserving of a little bit more love, and I feel like he's just falling off the radar. He's playing for the A's. They're not a good team. They're playing in the weird ballpark in Sacramento. We get it. But the dude's putting up freaking numbers, and they also have Nick Kurtz putting up numbers. They got dudes putting up numbers in that lineup. Langeliers is one of them, and let's give some respect. Let's put some respect on the dude's name. Can he be a Team USA catcher? He's not going to be the starter. It's going to be Raleigh, but I think he should be on the roster. You think he should be a starter over Raleigh?
100%. Let's talk about the Mariners series. I got some statistics. The Mariners took 2 out of 3 from San Diego, taking the Vetter Cup 5-1 this season. Mariners won on Monday 9-6. Biggest thing in this game was that Cal Raleigh hit homer number 50. I saw it live. Tuesday, Padres won 7-6, and Dylan Cease went 4 1/3, giving up 4 earned. Luis Castillo gave up 5. Ramon Laureano hit a grand slam. Eugenio Suarez hit a homer. Randy Arozarena hit a homer. And then Wednesday, Mariners won 4-3. Brian Wu's streak of 25 consecutive starts with 6 or more innings pitched with 2 or fewer walks. It was snapped as he only was able to do 5 2/3. He was visibly frustrated when he left with the bases loaded. And then Eugenio Suarez hit a homer, and Andres Munoz got the save. But Cal Raleigh, somebody on Yankee Twitter made a really good point. It's C. Smitty NY said, When are we going to start talking about Cal Raleigh being a glorified Joey Gallo? In his last 30 games, he's hitting 207, 292 OBP, and 517 slug. In his last 7, 148, 233, and 481. This dude only hits homers right now. When are we going to start? Everybody gives crap to Judge, but I mean, if we're going to give crap to Judge, we got to give crap to Raleigh. We got to be equal. And I'm tough on Judge. I was tough on him the last podcast, so we got to be equal opportunity here.
I have those stats pulled up from June 30th. Since I was looking at the Langolier stuff, Cal Raleigh has a 31% strikeout rate since June 30th. That is no bueno, not good. It's actually highest among qualified catchers in that time. And if you look at qualified players, he might be near the top. Yeah, 7th. Number 1 in strikeout rate since June 30th, James Wood at 38%.
Would a woodchuck would.
He's fallen off a cliff, unfortunately. But I still believe. Let's look at since June 1st. Let me just see what he looks like since June 1st. Catchers, he's 4th in F4 since June 1st. 27% strikeout rate, 229 batting average. I don't know, man. How are you feeling about this MVP race? Because
nobody wants to win it. Let's just put it this way. Everybody's like, we're at the end of the season. Nobody wants to win it.
You think? I mean, Raleigh's hitting 50 bomb. What if Raleigh hits 60? What if Raleigh breaks Judge's home run record in the American League? He's probably going to win.
I mean, but what's going to happen?
What do you mean?
We're just gonna give kudos because you broke Judge's record.
I mean, what do you mean kudos? Like, that's historic.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like Judge could have broke it this year too.
Yeah, they got hurt and he's been playing terribly. Judge hasn't been good. So if Judge, I think we've reached the point where it's even right now. You can make an argument fair for both sides, and it's going to come down to the last month of the season. If Judge continues to kind of struggle the way he is right now, and Raleigh hits 55, 60 home runs, it's going to go to Raleigh. But if Judge,
it'll
be close. If Judge turns things on in the last month, not necessarily back to where he was the first month of the season, but he's hitting 300, hits 8-10 home runs, he could very well win it. So it is one of the closest MVP races in recent memory. It can go either way. It's getting a little toxic on the. I mean, it always does on social media. People are so entrenched.
Yankee Twitter, baby. Yankee Twitter is no holds, elbows up, baby. My boss the other day we were talking about, she's Canadian, and we were just talking about like the 51st state and politics in the office, and the Canadians had a saying like in hockey, elbows up. So it supposedly means like, since the elbow pads are pretty hard, if you run into one of those elbows, it's really gonna hurt. So that's how Yankees Twitter I feel is right now. Their elbows up on Judge, no matter what. Like, they'll defend him.
Yeah, the Yankee fans are very defensive of Judge right now, even though he hasn't been playing good. He hasn't been playing well. I don't know. I think you can give it to either of them right now. I'm going to be fascinated to see how the voting shakes out. I guess it'll be announced in November after the season. So we'll see. It's close. It's a good race.
Let's run through these next couple series here. I mean, tough for San Diego here. I mean, San Diego can't. It's just another consistency thing. You can't go from a high against LA and then go to a down against Seattle. You gotta stay up. And looks like the NL is pretty much done with playoff teams, and we'll get into that later. But let's talk about the Braves and Marlins. Fish Files, tough weekend for the Marlins. We are on pace to break our over. We're at 63 wins right now. We need one more win, and we hit the over of our FanDuel 63 and DraftKings 63.5. Losing 2 out of 3 versus the Braves. Marlins won 2-1 on Monday. Edward Cabrera went 7 strong, 10 strikeouts. Spencer Strider 7 strong, 1 earned, 3 strikeouts. Braves won on Tuesday 11-2. Sandy went 7 strong, 2 earned, 7 strikeouts. Again, tough managerial decisions. We would take Aaron Boone if you want William down here. Clayton McCullough is doing some decision making. Again, John Simpson again in the ninth. Like, really? The guy who cost us the Boston series? Really? Ozzie Albies, 2-homer night, 3 for 5, 4 RBIs. We'll trade Sandy at this point for Aaron Boone. like, please. And then Braves won Wednesday, 12-1. Ryan Gusto gave up 9 earnings and 3 2/3. Jerkson Profar had a 2-homer night. Matt Olson, homer 20. Ozzie Albies, 13. And Michael Harris hit a homer. Tough week for the Marlins. We also did lose Jansen Junk with an injury. So, I mean, we got the Mets this weekend. We'll see what happens. I mean, we just need – at this point, we need some more victories. Let's take 2 out of them.
They won game 1 last night.
This is our Super Bowl tonight. This is our Super Bowl this weekend. We got to beat the Mets.
It was 7-4 Marlins last night, right? They got the win.
I believe so.
Yeah, so
tough. 63, man. We're good. We're beating the Mets this weekend. I'll say that. Our Super Bowl is this weekend.
900 career strikeouts for Sandy Alcantara. That's all I got from this one.
Give me Aaron Boone, please. Give me Booty as our manager. You know,
I don't know what the continued reliance on Simpson is for.
I don't know, but Atlanta playing good ball as well. Tampa versus Cleveland. Rays won 9-0 on Monday. Yandy Diaz and Junior Caminero. Again, Junior Caminero 4 for 5, 3 RBIs, 2 homers and a double. That's the 3rd straight shutout out for the Guardians on Monday. Ian Seymour went 5 innings strong, 1 hit, 0 earned, 8 strikeouts in his MLB debut. On Tuesday, the Guardians returned the favor, winning 3-0. Shane Baz went 6 strong, giving 3 earned, 7 strikeouts. Cleveland scored all 3 runs in the first, snapping the scoreless streak. And then Wednesday, Guardians won 4-3 in 10. Drew Rasmussen went for the Rays, going 6 strong, 2 earned, and then Slade Shoshone with 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Pete Fairbanks blows another save. Nolan Jones hit a homer to tie it, and then Kyle Manzardo walked it off of Griffin Jackson in the 9th. I mean, the Griffin Jacks trade hasn't really worked out for Tampa, but I mean, he'll be one of those guys in the offseason that his RPMs on his breaking ball will go crazy up, because that's what the Rays pitching dev does.
Yeah, 9 innings, 7 earned runs for Jackson, Tampa, -0.3 baseball reference WAR. 2 middling teams. I think they're both out of the playoff hunt at this point. But Caminero's had a historic rookie season, or not rookie season, but historic first full season for the Rays. So
he's getting into the rarefied air of Chipper Jones and Eddie Matthews seasons of third baseman. I mean, the power. I mean, could you imagine if Wander Franco was in that lineup? Wander Franco and Junior Caminero on the left side of the diamond.
Yeah. Caminero is now tied for second for single season Rays home run record with 39. The record is Carlos Pena with 46 in 2007. So historic season for him. I don't think he'll get to 46, but maybe 42, 40. Maybe 46 isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Hey, we got ball left, so
we do.
Let's keep it going with some central block teams in the AL. Blue Jays took 2 out of 3 from the Twins. I mean, you can't take 2. You got to sweep them. Monday, Blue Jays won 10-4. They got the Joe Ryan win, which is something the Yankees couldn't do. Scherzer went 6 strong, 4 earned, 5 strikeouts. Vlad Jr. returned to the lineup. Minnesota won 7-5. Again, Jeff Hoffman blew this one, giving up 4 earns in the 9th. Gasper hit a solo shot, first career homer in the 9th, making it 4-4. Then Matt Wallner hit a 3-1 homer with 2 outs to make it 7-4. 7 unanswered runs for the Twins on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, the Blue Jays won 9-8. The Jays were down 8-6 in the 8th, but scored 3 in the inning to make it 9-8 with a Ty France solo homer and an Addison Barger RBI double. I mean, not great showing from the Toronto Blue Jays.
I mean, they got lucky to win that last game of the series. I don't know. I felt like the Twins put themselves in a really good position to win that one, and they didn't. That was frustrating. I was watching it live, and just not good enough. I was looking at the MLB luck rankings this season, the luckiest teams in the sport, and they give, this is teamrankings.com/MLB/ranking/luck by other. They rank the Blue Jays as the luckiest team in all of baseball this year with a 9.03 rating. Funnily enough, the second place team, the Miami Marlins, 8.13, and the unluckiest team with a negative 10.40 rating, the Atlanta Braves. You may ask where the Yankees are. Right in the middle, about negative 1.51 unlucky, but 18th.
Yeah, this just tough showings.
They got Milwaukee this weekend, which will be a good series.
That'll be a good series. I mean, Milwaukee hasn't been great. We can talk about Milwaukee now. Milwaukee split the series against Arizona, which is tough. Milwaukee's regressing to the mean, as William would like to say. Brewers won 7-5 on Monday. Woodruff went 5 2/3 and gave up 5 earned, 8 strikeouts. Pat Murphy had to pull him accidentally because he had his second mound visit of the inning. I mean, Eduardo Rodriguez was not great, giving up 5 and 2 1/3. Brewers won 9-8 on Tuesday. Jacob Mezorowski struck out 10 in 5 innings, giving up 3. Isaac Collins with the walk-off sac fly. William Contreras' bat has heated up significantly from the first half, going 3 for 5, 1 homer, 2 RBI. Then Wednesday, Diamondbacks won 3-2. Eric Fetty came in the third inning and pitched 4 1/3, giving 2 earned. And then Ryan Nelson just outdueled him. 6 innings strong, 1 earned, 3 strikeouts. And then on Thursday, the Diamondbacks 6-4. Jose Quintana was not great, giving up 6 earned in 3 2/3. Sal Frelick hit a homer. All the innings were scored in the first. All the runs were scored in the first 3 innings. Excuse me. And I think the biggest news is Brewers regressing down to the mean, and that Tyler Meagle is on the IL with the flexor strain.
Trevor, right? Trevor.
Yeah, Meagle. Trevor. I confuse him. There's 2 Meagles.
Yeah, I always confuse him. Yeah. He's out. Flexor strain, no bueno. It's always bad news. We saw Johnny Loizaga out for the season this year. That's a flexor strain too, I think, right? So, that doesn't bode well for the Brewers. I guess Uribe will probably slide into that closer role, and
they'll have
somebody.
Their pitching development. For all we know, they'll just put Jacob Mezorowski there in the 9th inning, just coming out fresh arm.
Yeah,
wondering if he has an innings limit. That's my thing.
Yeah, same thing with Schlittler. We haven't heard really. William Contreras, 944 OPS in August with 8 home runs, 287 batting average. And in the second half, he's also hitting 283 in July. So he's been good in the second half.
Yeah. Kansas City versus the White Sox. Kansas City took 2 out of 3, taking Tuesday 5-4 and Wednesday 12-1. On Tuesday, Michael Lorenzen went 5 innings strong, 4 earned, 6 strikeouts. They were down 4-0 in the 8th, but then they scored 2 in the 8th and 5 in the 9th to take the lead. They scored all runs, in the final 2 innings. And then Wednesday, they won 12-1. Salvi Perez hit a homer, 3-hit game for Adam Frazier, and then 2-hit games from Bobby Witt, Michael Massey, Kyle Isbell, Michael Yastrzemski, scoring 8 in the 5th. Monday, White Sox had a great start from Shane Smith. 7 innings strong, 0 earned, 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, Adam Frazier, since coming over to Kansas City from Pittsburgh, it was that trade that happened like before all the deadline deals started going. He's hitting 302 in 32 games with a 113 OPS plus and a 764 OPS. So 339 OBP. It's been good. It's been good for the mighty Royals since coming over.
Yeah. Let's talk about what's up.
Colson Montgomery became the second White Sox player aged 23 or younger to hit a home run in 4 straight games. It's been good.
He's been very good. Do you see that He asked for Byron Buxton's like autograph, and he was like a card, and Byron Buxton like, oh, I'll do it, but you got to give me a signed bat. Your bat.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
he homered in every single game against Minnesota last week. So
good. They
pretty
got
cool
something
moment.
to do.
I mean, we got to talk about another big series. Mets, Phillies, Mets 3-game sweep. It looks like the Mets pitching lab has done some voodoo magic on these guys, and now they can randomly start striking people out. I don't know. MLB, we need some investigations here. Mets won 13-3 on Monday. Phillies were up 3-0. The Mets scored 13 unanswered. Jordan Romano has not been great this year. I don't know why he's still pitching.
I think they popped him
Phillies.
on the IL, and essentially he's going to be out for the season.
Phantom IL stint.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, Mets won 6-5 on the Jesus Luzardo start, who got tossed. Again, Ryan Helsley gave him 2-run homer to Bader, who they say that Ryan Helsley's tipping pitches might be something you look into for a future Substack article that you can check and see. Brandon Nimmo walked it off Johan Duran, who gave up 4 hits and 1 earned. And Edwin Diaz showing the muscle why he is the better NL East closer, going 1 2/3 to get the win for the Mets. And then Wednesday, Noah McLean, 8 strong, 6 strikeouts, 4 hits given up. Mets have won 10 straight against Philadelphia in Citi Field. The division's on, 4 games back. You know, we talk about
5 now after last night because the Mets lost, Phillies won.
You know, we talk about Yankees, Red Sox, we talk about Dodgers and Padres, but can you imagine a DS series of the Phillies and Mets? 2 rabid fan bases that get after it. 2 fan bases that hate each other in every single sport. They hate each other in basketball. The Knicks and the Sixers don't like each other. They don't like each other in football between the Giants and the Eagles. Can you imagine a Mets Phillies opening round series? You know, enough star power to go. You got boppers with Alonso and Schwarber. You got the multi-million-dollar shortstops in Lindor and Trey Turner, and then you have the Nationals, you know, parade with Juan Soto versus Bryce Harper. Can you imagine an opening round series of that? I would want that series more than a Dodgers-Padres series to open up the playoffs.
If we got the DSs of Dodgers, Padres, Phillies, Mets, that would be the all toxicity bowl in the National League.
It would feed families. It would feed. I feel like we get some of the best baseball. And the fact is that the Mets own the Phillies at Citi Field. And, you know, we talk about Philadelphia's struggles in the playoffs sometimes. Like, yes, they're like we talked about in the preseason pod. Josh always says that Philadelphia is a great hunter. They're not great at being the hunted. So it would be very interesting to see what would happen in the playoff series between both of them.
Yeah, I mean, we had it last year. Obviously, the Mets won that one when the Phillies were favored. So would be fun.
Storylines galore. I'm telling you, the Soto Harper Bowl, the return of the Nats. You got the multi-million-dollar shortstops, and then you got the 2 big bats going to free agency with Alonso and Schwarber. And then the rotations are both pretty strong, where you have Duran versus Diaz. You also have what's his name? You have Aaron Nola, Luzardo, Sanchez versus Noah McLean, Kodai Senga. Like Mets pitching, that might be the only thing that stops them, but I think it'd be a good series. Jonah Tong got called up in his pitching this weekend. I don't know if you've seen him, but insane strikeout stats in the minor leagues.
Yeah, Mets top pitching prospect, right?
Yeah, Mets Twitter is calling him Jacob deGrom right now.
Oh God. The Phillies the Phillies played last night. The Phillies beat Atlanta 19-4. I got some interesting stats. Kyle Schwarber hit 4 bombs last night. And he entered that game on Thursday in an 0-for-20 slump. This is from ESPN across his previous 6 games. Hit a bunch of home runs, blah, blah, blah. He became the 21st player in Major League Baseball history to hit 4 home runs in a single game, which is a rarer feat than the perfect game. There have been 24 perfect games in Major League Baseball history. He's the 3rd player to achieve a 4 home run game this season, alongside Eugenio Suarez and Nick Kurtz. This is the first season where it's happened more than twice. Atlanta has been on the receiving end of 4 home run games twice this year. Philadelphia also has a major league record of 4 players in the 4 home run club. Obviously, Schwarber. He joins Ed Delante in 1896, Chuck Klein in 1936, and Mike Schmidt in 1976 in that rarefied air. So Schwarber, yeah, historic game last night. He's a pending free agent. He's like early 30s. I'm very fascinated to see what the Phillies do this offseason with him because Real Muta's a free agent. One of their arms is a free agent. I can't think of, but they got a bunch of big free agents this offseason. Feels like it's kind of a changing of the guard. Red Sox fans really want Schwarber back. But I don't know. I'm fascinated to see what happens. He's played his best baseball in Philly in his whole career. I think it's gotten to the point where I think of Schwarber more as a Philly than a Cub.
There's also rumors of Schwarber to the Reds. What do you think Schwarber out the Reds?
Did you see the Reds in that series? The Reds were like just begging for him to come. They gave him the key of the city.
Well, he is a local product. He went to school. He went to school in Middleton, Ohio, up north, and
they didn't do that in previous years. They're doing it the year that he's a free agent. They let his dad throw out the first pitch.
Can you imagine Kyle Schwarber at Great American?
Yeah, I mean, the Reds desperately need hitting.
But could you imagine that guy? How many homers would he hit at Great American?
I know. I mean, he's got 49 this year. He's almost there with Cal Raleigh.
But do you understand what Nick Castellanos did with the Reds? Could you imagine what Kyle Schwarber would do at that ballpark? That ballpark is a little league park.
Yeah.
It'd be like, what if he would put Kyle Schwarber in the Yankees with the short porch?
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have room at DH. We're blocked at that position.
Unless Stan retires.
He's not retiring. Come on. Okay. You love pushing that narrative. You love peddling that narrative.
Because I think that y'all can do better.
Stan's going to get MVP votes, and he's played half a season. I don't understand the hate.
It's not hate. I just think you guys can just have a better player there.
A more versatile DH than a guy that's just going to only DH. I mean, he's playing right field.
More tools. He's a one-tool player.
He has a 7 outs above average in right field.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Is he qualified? He's not even qualified. I was gonna say
he has a negative 1 outs above average.
He's not even qualified, but
he's in the 84th percentile in sprint speed, bro.
I don't care.
He's in the 1st percentile in sprint speed.
I would bet my bank account that I can run faster than Stanton.
I would pay money to see that. For those that don't know, Luis is not known for his sprint speed. You're a good long distance runner.
I am. I last. Pause, but it is what it is.
But the sprint speed, not elite. So I would love to see you race Giancarlo Stanton. That'd be fun.
I'm not. Let's put it this way. I'm not a Ferrari. I don't go 0-60 that fast. I'm more like a Prius. I'm built for the long ride.
Yeah, you're a good Honda Civic, Honda Accord.
I'm an
good
EV.
Gas mileage.
I'm an EV. You call me a Tesla, baby.
He's efficient.
But talking about the Reds, Reds got swept by the Dodgers. Dodgers won 7-0 on Monday. Hunter Green pitched back home, 5 innings strong, 3 earned. Andy Pages hit 2 homers, and Mookie Betts hit a homer. Ellie with the 20th error leads all majors. Dodgers won 6-3. On Tuesday, Novella V. Marte started in center field for the first time in the majors. In the minors, Kershaw pitched pretty well, 5 strong, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts. And then the Dodgers won Wednesday on Shohei Ohtani night. 5 strong, 1 earned, 9 strikeouts. Reds just can't hit. I mean, it looks like wild cards are pretty much set. Reds are now 4 games back from the Mets. I think it's curtains.
Yeah, it's curtains. I think all the teams are set in the playoffs. I don't think there's going to be any changing of playoff positioning in either league. It's just a matter of it's a matter of where they end up. It's not new teams.
Yeah. So I mean, that's that.
Question. Sorry.
What's up?
Does Ohtani get a playoff start for the Dodgers?
100%. It's going to be Ohtani, Glasnow, and Yamamoto.
So no Snell?
Snell's fourth.
Wow. I think it's a fascinating thought of what that Dodgers rotation looks like. Do they go 4-man or do they go 3-man? Who's your game one starter? They have
a 4-man. 4-man.
Who's your game one starter? Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, Ohtani.
I'd probably go Glasnow, Yamamoto, Ohtani, and Snell. And I'm still tossing up who goes one between Glasnow and Yamamoto.
They're all just. I feel like they're all really good pitchers. Not one of them like separates themselves from the rest of the pack. That's coming from my side.
Here's my thing. If Glasnow's breaking stuff's there, he gets the nod. If his breaking stuff is breaking, which I mean, it's pretty obvious, yeah. Yamamoto goes if he's locating the fastball. I think the biggest thing with Yamamoto is locating the fastball. I'm going to sound like a boomer take, but I think the most important pitch in baseball is the fastball and locating a fastball. I think a properly located fastball sets you up for anything else. In like any other pitch, you can throw a changeup off of it. You can throw a slider. You just have to locate the fastball. So if he's locating the fastball, that means splitter's coming out. So it depends out of those two.
On their night, all of them can be a game one starter.
Yeah, they're a game one starter for not Boston, but the New York Yankees. Any of those guys start game one for the Yankees.
Oh, without not even no thought. Yeah, easily.
Any of those guys start game one for the Yankees, the Mets, the Cubs, the Padres, the Brewers, the Phillies.
Ooh, over Sanchez? Over Sanchez? Ooh, Astros. Yeah, you would probably give it to one of those guys over. I don't know.
And Toronto.
Yeah.
The only teams that they don't pitch over is probably they even pitch over Seattle. So.
Yeah, they wouldn't start over Skubal or Crochet.
And the only guy would be Sanchez, but I mean, Sanchez has only been a 1 year thing, like 1 year and a half thing. So
of being this elite, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go talk about the Rangers. Rangers took 2 out of 3. Jacob deGrom's night was a big L. Angels won 4-zip. Jacob deGrom with 5 strong, 2 earned, 7 strikeouts. Tuesday night, Eovaldi was announced out for the season with a rotator cuff injury. Rangers won 7-3. Patrick Corbin went 8 strong, 0 earned, 8 strikeouts. And then Wednesday, the Rangers won 20-3, in which the Higashioka hit a homer, most runs for the Twins ever since July 25th, 2011. We had a Kyle Higashioka homer off Oswald Peraza. So, which
that
was a
made-up series.
Yeah, made-up series. I mean, craziness. I mean, sucks for Texas. They're out of it. So,
yeah, both these teams are out of it. Ron Washington had a quadruple bypass heart surgery. Hopes to manage in 2026. So, sending all of our best wishes to him and hope he recovers smoothly. That's scary. And yeah, that's really it. I mean, Higgy had home runs on Tuesday and Wednesday, so he's up to 10 on the season.
Yeah. Cardinals and Pittsburgh split it. Cardinals won 7-6. Alec Burleson walked it off. Cardinals had the lowest attendance in Busch Stadium 3's history. First time they've sold under 20,000, which I mean, I love to get Alden on the podcast postseason to talk about the future of the Cardinals. I know Firemar Mall, Wilson Contreras got suspended for 6 games after an altercation with the ump after the game. Tuesday, Pirates won 8-3. Mitch Keller went 6 strong, 3 earned, 9 strikeouts. 18,602 in attendance. Pirates won Wednesday 2-1. Bubba Chandler pitched 4 in relief with 3 strikeouts for his first MLB win. Sonny Gray went 7 strong, 1 earned, 7 strikeouts. Again, 19,836. And then the Cardinals won Thursday 4-1 with attendance of 18,894. Very sad that the Cardinals are slowly becoming the solid rollers of the majors with such a rabid fan base.
Yeah, I mean, they entered this series against the Pirates with never selling under 20,000 seats in Busch Stadium 3's history. And every single game this series was under 20,000 people, with Monday being the lowest at 17,675. That's tough. I mean, we've always talked about the Cardinals having one of the best fan bases in all of baseball, and they do. I mean, I'm not saying that the fact that they didn't show up to this series means they're not a good fan base. I actually think this is probably smart from them, and maybe it's not an organized protest, but kind of like a message to the front office, to ownership. Like, if you put this crappy product out on the field, we're a storied franchise. They have the second most World Series in all of baseball history. Like, it's a storied franchise. They have a great history. They deserve better. And there's a lot of fan bases across the majors that deserve better, but the Cardinals are a very historic one, the one that's had success, and they're just not putting a good enough team out on the field for these fans right now. Let's see what they do this offseason. Heim Bloom's stepping in, taking over as GM. They got that Arenado money. They moved, obviously they got off the Goldschmidt money last year when he hit free agency. Do they trade Arenado? I don't know, but they got JJ Weatherholt coming up, which is certainly an exciting prospect, but it's been a really disappointing season for the Cardinals. And I just feel like the fans deserve better right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, by the way, did you see Carlos Santana got put on waivers?
Yeah.
Where do you think he ends up? What contender needs a first baseman? You think Boston kicks some tires? I mean,
well, they just got Nathaniel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do I think he goes? Maybe
Milwaukee, Chicago.
Andrew Vaughn's been struggling. I mean, Chicago's got Michael Busch, but maybe like a bench bat for the Cubs, bench bat for the Tigers, bench bat for the Blue Jays. They got Vlad, obviously.
Will be interesting to see.
Yep.
The final series, Boston, Baltimore. Boston get a 4-game sweep, winning 4-3. Durant hit a homer on the 5th off of his tennis racket for a 3-run shot, going 4-3.
It is U.S. Open.
Yeah, it is U.S. Open. Tuesday, they won 5-0. Again, Kyle Bradish won on his first start. 6 strong, 2 earns, but not enough with 10 strikeouts. As Giolito was strong for the Red Sox, 8 strong, 8 strikeouts. And then you also had Trevor Story's 200th career homer. Wednesday, Brian Bello got the W, 3-2, going 6 2/3, 1 earned. Stay down in the 9th, hit a 2-run bomb off Keegan Aiken to make it 3-2. And Aroldis Chapman's quietly having one of the best closer seasons this year. Maybe the reliever of the year. Him and Jeff Hoffman are going to have a big battle about that. And then last night,
you think Hoffman?
Yeah, Hoffman's been pretty good. Hoffman, Estevez, they've stacked up the saves. Last night, Crochet, 6 strong, 2 earns, 7 strikeouts. Red Sox won 3-2. Trevor Story hit a homer. RBI single from Romy Gonzalez gives them the lead, 3-2. Red Sox win.
Nothing from this one. Sox, much needed sweep for them. The Yankees have been keeping pace, but they haven't been able to pick up any games on the Sox because they keep winning games. They got Pittsburgh this weekend. They're facing Skeens tonight. Peyton Toll, I think is how you pronounce his last name, is top prospect for them. MLB debut against Skeens. So should be interesting out there in Fenway. Then they got Cleveland and then at Arizona. So
we'll see what happens. That concludes another episode of the Locked In Baseball Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, X. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. We're trying to get to 150 subs by the end of this year. We're at currently 132. We need 28 more. So make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you follow the Substack. William has a Substack article coming soon as always. Yes. Anything to close out, William?
That's all I got. Everyone enjoy your Labor Day weekends. Enjoy the time off, friends, family, all that stuff. Enjoy the last few weeks of summer, it feels like. At least here in Chicago, it's been chilly. So hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Enjoy the baseball. Enjoy the football. Enjoy your fantasy football drafts, whatever you got going on. You got anything planned this weekend?
Nothing, bro. I have a couple going away parties. I got a going away party tonight. I will be attending. And what else do I have? I gotta book some flights. So pretty busy right now. Busy times.
Busy times. That time of year. Well, if you want to catch me, I'll be at right field all weekend. Other than that, watching some football and baseball. So hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We will be back on Monday. Until then, catch you next time. Peace out.